Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. Well, it's been a very interesting week, a bit technical really, more than anything. When I was filming last week, and I didn't show it in last week's video, on the Japanese layout on iTrain, on the diagram, I had flashing blocks. And it didn't worry me because I thought, oh, there's something I just haven't done on iTrain anyway. I went through it all, and all the blocks I put in, I hadn't put the stop measurements in, so I put that in, and it didn't actually make any difference. So it became apparent that it was more. I checked all my wiring, made sure I didn't have anything mixed up. No, everything was spot on. And then I thought, well, the next thing is the internet connections. And one of the first things I tried was to change from those internet connections, which are white, clear plastic, to those, which they look exactly the same, but except these are just for Cat6. And at first, when I did one, it seemed to work, but as I plugged the next few boards in, back in, I had the flashing lights again. So then I knew by disconnecting the last one, like this one here, from that, there were no flashing lights on that. What of the blocks what are fitted to that unit. So that made me think, yes, it definitely is the internet cable. Now, when I first started, I started using that. There's 8 strands inside, this bit of furry stuff, which is a real pain in the backside. Getting it all out. I think you pull that just to cut the outer covering on it. And they're quite thin, are these. Anyway, on America, that's what I used in all of those. Right, those there, they're all there, and it worked. But Japan was showing this flashing blocks. And all I can think of, it's like an interference, a noise in the electronics, what is being, say, beamed downwards, and with the electronics also in here, going to all these boards, that it didn't like it. So I looked again on Lodi. And since I started, and even though I only started doing in here, 2.5 years ago, I'd been using Lodi in the conservatory on the little shelf layout just to learn how to use it. But I was using the cable that was supplied by DCC Automation, just little short bits, because they were just on one board, long board. There are pictures in the past. And they were like factory made. So I looked up in Lodi, and now it says use Cat6 shielded. And round all the wires inside, there is a piece of aluminium like foil, and it's blue on one side, silver on the other. The wires are then also wrapped round in a plastic. It has a copper wiring, which again I think that's for pulling that, or it might be something else in the Cat6 electronics that you can use. And then there's a piece of string what's in there, and again I think that might be just for pulling that. But what is in it is this piece of plastic here. Now these wires are a lot thicker as well, but you see that bit of plastic there? That's in it, and it's like a little cross, and in each segment there's a pair of colours, as in there's green and white and green, there's orange and white and orange, and so on. So there's a pair in each, and I don't know, also that might be helping to stop information getting crossed and stuff like that. So I tried it and it worked, and I have no more flashing lights. No, it's not connected, but if I just connect it up, there's power now, and there's no flashing lights. So I'm a happy bunny. I'm very happy indeed. It didn't stop me running trains as in a DCC way, but it would have caused problems running iTrain, and the whole point is I want to be able to do both. So I'm pleased that that's all sorted, and the testing and the working out came up. Now what I am going to do is replace all the Cat6 cable up here and put this new stuff in. I have to get some more. I only got a 10-metre roll just to check it, because there was enough to do this area, and it's a lot more expensive. That 10-metre roll cost as much as a 50-metre roll of the other. Well, 10-metre length. So a 50-metre length is quite a lot of money, but if it's going to be better, then so be it. And especially when I've got England again underneath European in the next layout, and in the fiddle yard, all the lower part, I don't want any bad information being crossed and stuff like that. And I'll just show you the flashing lights as it was doing it last week. And for some reason, we have a little bit of a flashing display. So as you can see, those flashing lights, not meant to be there. They're only meant to flash onto a deeper red, like what you could see on the screen, from that grey to the red is when there's a train on. So that's all I want to flash up. Is that kind of information. Right, I have a couple of new trains what I haven't run. One I've only just got, and it's a Class 40 BR Blue with sound, and I've got a green version. Now the green version is pulling something it wouldn't pull. Last week I had this being pushed and pulled with the 237s without this measuring gauge on. And Ewan from up in Bonnie, Scotland there said, you know, he had never seen these kind of coaches before. Where did I get them from? I explained that. Got them off eBay. When I saw them, I had to have them. I'd never seen that unit anywhere, except I have seen an odd one at exhibitions, but I think it was handmade kind of thing. And I put this brake van on the back now to complete the set, but this is being pulled by the green Class 40. Another thing I've had to do is, you may notice there's something missing, and it was next to this rail, and it was this piece of track with the end bent on. Now, as much as I wanted to show this, it does cause me a slight problem, mainly with English rolling stock, as in trains, because there's something Grain Ferris does on a few of their trains. And on the 37, you see that cover, what's going over the axle? Well, that catches it. So I can't run 37s. I can't run any 60s. I have tried to file that plastic off to make it flat, and that does work, but I ain't touching my pride and joy birthday present for my 60th and touching that to mercy. So no way am I touching that. Okay, at this moment I could have changed it and run the other way, or not send any class 37s, 60s, or even class 40s. And any others, what I haven't realised, but those are definitely 3. So I've decided not to have it. It's just one of those things, as much as it would have looked good, it's not practical to have things. What if other locos travel to other countries, then have issues? And yes, I can say to iTrain, if it's that what's controlling the train, don't send it on that line that way and all this lot. I don't want to do that. I just want it to run smooth. So I've had to opt out. And the other thing I've done is I've put some weathering on the track along there to the bridge, to here, and this line round here, and I've painted the sleepers. So let's see these trains run. So this is the new class 40 with sound, nice detail on it. Love all the lights on the front. That's great, is that? And here comes an older BR green, pulling those network rails. Like I said, I know it won't do it, but they were out. I needed to show you. And I've put some wagons on the back, which they've not been out for a ride for a long time. So let's start the sound. I haven't gone through all the different sounds yet. It'll have more horns, I can imagine. But it actually sounds quite nice as this. I think this is a very good sound. And with that metal rail on, even just one, that wouldn't run on it. So it would just get caught. So there's another reason for taking it off. I want to be able to run anything anywhere. Not make it difficult. Just have it look good, but never mind. Can't have everything. Well, that's very nice. I think myself, I like that. Nice to know that just little wagons like that goes round without any problems. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you like, please hit the like and subscribe if you're just seeing us for the first time, and please leave a comment. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.